Walk into any motorcycle salvage yard or insurance auction in 2026, and you will witness a financial massacre. Thousands of riders who finance $30,000 CVOs and Italian exotics at massive interest rates are now surrendering their keys to the repo man. Banks are dumping these assets to recoup pennies on the dollar, creating a pure gold mine for buyers with cash. Today, we reveal the 15 motorcycles banks are repossessing right now and how to strike. But beware, the machine at number 1 is a championship-winning superbike that banks are practically giving away because young riders literally cannot afford the insurance premiums. Number 15, the Honda Rebel 1100. The Honda Rebel 1100 is a staple of the repo market because it represents a massive psychological trap for new riders. In 2026, dealers are aggressively upselling beginners from the 500cc model to this massive leader bike cruiser. Buyers sign for high-interest loans, ride for one season, and realize they are terrified of the power. They stop making payments, and the bike hits the auction block. A clean private sale for a 2024 or 25 model currently demands $9,500. At a bank direct auction, these machines hammer down for roughly $4,000. The discrepancy is massive because many bidders fear the complex dual-clutch transmission. These bikes arrive in repo lots looking immaculate but dusty. They are garage queens. However, you must inspect the fuel system because these bikes sit for 6 to 12 months. While the bank handles the legal paperwork, the ethanol in the fuel turns to sludge. Expect a dead battery and flat-spotted tires. Is it worth buying? Absolutely. The engine is a detuned version of the Africa Twin power plant. It is bulletproof. The only known issue involves the DCT shift actuators. If the owner neglected the battery, the low voltage can cause a solenoid synchronization failure, triggering a shift actuator initialization error that locks the transmission. Find these on Copart or ATAAI. Search specifically for repossessions with a clear title. Avoid any machine with a salvage brand unless you want a permanent headache. Your realistic total cost is $4,000 for the bike, $500 in auction fees, and $300 for a fuel flush and a new lithium battery. You are out the door for $4,800. This model is perfect for the urban rider who wants modern tech and massive torque without the debt. But if you think the Rebel is a deal, wait until you see the British machine at number 14 that hides a massive mechanical secret. Number 14, the Triumph Bonneville Bobber. The Triumph Bonneville Bobber appears in repo yards because of low back regret. Middle-aged riders buy these for the stunning aesthetic. They finance the bike, ride it for 2 weeks, and realize the 3 inches of rear suspension travel is destroying their spine. They stop riding, stop paying, and the bank takes the bike back. Dealerships want $13,000 for used models. In the repo lanes, these trade for $6,500. Most auction bidders skip them because they assume European parts are too expensive. Expect these to arrive in showroom condition. They were polished more than they were ridden. You must inspect the frame rails. Because the ground clearance is so low, inexperienced riders often crush the lower frame tubes on speed bumps or steep driveways. This bike is highly worth buying in repo condition. The 1200cc high-torque engine is solid. The known issue is the chain slider. If neglected, the chain will saw directly into the aluminum swing arm. Inspect that slider immediately. Find these through national powersport auctions. They handle the bulk of premium European repos. Total cost is roughly $7,000 after fees and fresh fluids. If you are ready to stop falling for dealership lies and want to navigate this used market, hit that like button right now. We expose the industry secrets they pray you never find out, so you never overpay again. This bike is perfect for the weekend warrior who values style over comfort. But if you want a machine that makes this Triumph look slow, the Naked Beast at number 13 is currently flooding repo lots for a very strange reason. Number 13, the Yamaha MT-09. The MT-09 is the hooligan king. It hits the repo market because young riders buy them, get 3 reckless driving tickets in 1 month, and lose their license. Once they cannot ride, they stop paying the bank. Private sellers demand $9,000. Repo price, $5,000. Expect these to arrive abused. They usually have missing mirrors and scraped bar ends from attempted wheelies. You must inspect the oil pan. The exhaust headers run directly under the engine. If the rider slammed a wheelie down too hard, the vertical oil drain plug can catch the pavement, shearing off and instantly draining the engine. Yes, the CP3 engine is one of the greatest power plants ever built. The known issue is the cam chain tensioner. If the bike has a loud mechanical tick, the tensioner is failing. If ignored, the engine timing will jump and destroy the valves. Search Copart or local credit union liquidations. Credit unions hate holding these bikes and will dump them fast. Your total cost is $5,500 after auction fees and a tensioner replacement. This is perfect for the street rider who wants raw, unadulterated torque. But if you think the Yamaha is a handful, the Austrian monster at number 12 will actually try to kill you. Number 12, the KTM 1290 Super Duke R. The beast appears in repo auctions because of maintenance shock. Buyers can afford the loan payment, but they cannot afford the $1,000 service bills at the KTM dealership. When the service due light flashes, they panic and surrender the bike. Dealers want $18,000. Repo price is $9,000. Condition is usually cosmetically flawless, but mechanically unknown. You must inspect the single-sided swing arm hub. If the owner performed wheelies and neglected the hub bearings, the rear wheel will develop play. This is an expensive fix. It is high risk. The Gen 31290 LC8 engine is a masterpiece, but it requires strict maintenance. If the owner skipped the first service, the engine internals may have excessive wear. Find these on NPA. They are the primary liquidators for KTM Financial Services. Total cost is $9,000 for the bike, plus $2,000 in deferred maintenance. You are at $11,000. This is perfect for the advanced rider who is also a competent mechanic. If you think the KTM is complex, wait until you see the American Cruiser at number 11 that has a massive electrical flaw. Number 11, the Harley-Davidson Sportster S. The Sportster S is a repo regular because it alienated the core Harley-Davidson demographic. Traditionalists bought it, hated the liquid cooling and the plastic covers, and walked away from their loans. Dealers want $16,000. Repo price is $8,000. These arrive with very low mileage. You must inspect the battery terminal area. Because the battery is tucked behind a plastic cowl near the front tire, repo agents often smash the plastic trying to jumpstart the bike. Absolutely, the revolution. Max engine is a rocket. The known issue is the software. If you do not update the firmware, the bike will throw ghost codes and refuse to start. Search Copart under the repossession filter. Total cost is $8,500 after fees and a software flash. This is perfect for the rider who wants American muscle with modern performance. But if you want a bike that defines excess, the machine at number 10 is currently being seized in record numbers. Number 10, the Suzuki Hayabusa, the ultimate clout machine. The Hayabusa hits the repo market because owners spend their loan money on chrome wheels and stretched swing arms instead of paying the bank. Private market is $19,000. Repo price is $10,000. Expect these to arrive in questionable condition. You must inspect the subframe. If the bike has an extended swing arm and the owner carried a passenger, the subframe can crack under the stress. Also, check for bolt-on turbo kits that were removed before the repo man arrived, only if the engine is stock. The Hayabusa engine is immortal unless someone messed with the ECU mapping. The known issue is second gear. If abused with drag launches, the gear dogs will round off, causing the bike to slip out of gear. Find these on Crash Toys. They specialize in high-performance repos and recoveries. Total cost is $10,000 plus $1,500 to return it to stock and replace the bald rear tire. This is perfect for the highway king who wants the most legendary name in motorcycling for half price. But if you think the Busa is fast, wait until you see the European supermodel at number 9 that will bankrupt you in service fees. Number 9, the Ducati Panigale V4. This is a pure ego repo. Buyers finance this $30,000 machine to take photos for social media. They realize the insurance is $700 a month and the engine heat is melting their legs. They stop paying. Private sellers demand $25,000. Repo price is $13,000. Expect fairing scratches from parking lot tip-overs. You must inspect the Desmo service records. If the bike is at 18,000 miles and the service hasn't been done, the bank knows the bike is a ticking time bomb. Only if you have a massive budget. The known issue is the cooling fans. If they fail, the bike will overheat and warp the cylinder heads in minutes. Look for these on high-end luxury auction sites like Menheim or specialized NPA exotic lanes. Total cost is $13,000 plus $3,000 for the Desmo service. You are at $16,000. This is perfect for the track snob who wants the ultimate weapon. If this mechanical truth is saving your bank account, hit that subscribe button. We are exposing the industry secrets the dealers hate. Let us get back to the countdown. Number 8, the BMW R1250 GS, the Starbucks Explorer. These are repoed because wealthy professionals buy them, fully load them with aluminum panniers, and then the economy squeezes their business. Private sale is $20,000. Repo price is $11,000. The condition is usually perfect. They have never seen a dirt road. You must inspect the TFT display for delamination. If the bike sat outside in the sun while the bank looked for it, the screen would fail. The shaft drive and the boxer engine are bulletproof. The known issue is the front haze brake calipers leaking. If they leak, the fluid will ruin the pads and the rotors. Find these through BMW Financial Services direct auctions. Total cost is $11,500 after a fluid flush. This is perfect for the cross-country tourer who wants German engineering without the German price tag. But if you want a bike that can actually survive the dirt, number 7 is a certified tractor. Number 7, the Kawasaki KLR 650. The KLR hits the repo market because it is the first adventure bike. People finance them, realize they are slow and heavy, and lose interest. Private sellers ask $6,000. Repo price is $2,500. Expect these to arrive looking like they were dropped in a river. Beginners abuse these. You must inspect the doohickey or balancer chain, tensioner, spring. You can fix this bike with a hammer and a screwdriver. It is the most reliable machine on this list once you address the tensioner. Find these on Copart or at local farm auctions. Total cost is $2,500 for the bike and $300 for a doohickey kit and oil. You are at $2,800. This is perfect for the rider who wants to disappear into the woods. But if you think the KLR is simple, number 6 hides a massive tech flaw in its transmission. Number 6, the Can-Am Ryker. The Ryker is a repo magnet because Can-Am financed them to anyone with a pulse. Buyers with terrible credit bought these to look cool, and the banks are now snatching them back by the hundreds. Private market is $10,000. Repo price is $3,500. Condition is usually trashed. Expect broken plastics and missing keys. You must inspect the CVT belt. If the owner did burnouts on a 3-wheeler, the belt is shredded, only if you need 3 wheels. The known issue is the wheel bearings. They are famously weak and will cause the bike to wobble at high speeds. Search local police impound auctions. They are full of Rykers. Total cost is $4,000 after a new belt and tires. This is perfect for the casual rider who wants a stable platform for cheap. But if you want a real American cruiser, number 5 is currently the best deal in the repo world. Number 5, the Indian Challenger. The Challenger is the Harley killer that people couldn't afford to keep. It hits repo lots because the depreciation is steep, and owners find themselves underwater on their loans within 12 months. Dealer price is $24,000. Repo price is $14,000. These arrive in great shape but are very heavy. You must inspect the saddlebag latches and the electronic windshield motor. If it sat in a repo yard, the motor can seize from lack of use. Yes, the Power Plus engine is a beast. The known issue is the water pump. If it weeps coolant, you must fix it immediately or risk blowing a head gasket. Find these on IAAI under insurance recoveries. Total cost is $15,000. This is perfect for the rider who wants the best performing American bagger for a fraction of the cost. But if you think this is a deal, wait until you see the Suzuki at number 4 that is currently the king of the squid repos. Number 4, the Suzuki GSX-R 600. The Gixxer is the undisputed repo king of the sport bike world. In 2026, it remains the primary vehicle for squid activities and poor life choices. Young riders walk into a dealership with a sub-500 credit score and walk out with a 24% interest rate loan. Within a month, they are doing stand-up wheelies on the interstate in flip-flops, get their license snatched by the highway patrol, and decide the bank can deal with the consequences. They simply ghost the lender, and the bike ends up in a dusty lot with a repossessed tag hanging from the clip-ons. Private market value for a clean model is $11,000. The repo price? A measly $4,500. Professional bidders usually stay away because they know this bike spent its short life hitting the rev limiter in a suburban parking lot while the owner tried to impress a TikTok camera. Expect mechanical carnage. We are talking burnt-out clutches, bald rear tires with a steel belt showing, and custom rattle can paint jobs that look like they were applied during a windstorm. You must inspect the aluminum frame for hairline cracks near the headstock. These bikes are stunted relentlessly. If the steering stops are snapped off, that bike has tasted the pavement at high speed, and you should walk away before you inherit a rolling coffin. Is it worth buying? Only as a dedicated track bike. The Suzuki engine is stout and can handle incredible abuse, but the factory rectifier is a total joke. When it inevitably fails, it will cook your battery and melt your wiring harness, leaving you stranded on the side of the road. Replace it with a high-quality aftermarket MOSFET unit the second you get the bike home. Search Copart daily. Look for theft recovery listings that are actually hidden bank repos. A total cost is $5,500 after installing a new clutch, fresh sticky tires, and a reliable charging system. This is perfect for the aspiring racer who wants a disposable track weapon that they can slide into a gravel trap without crying. But if you want a bike that defines the midlife crisis, the machine at number 3 is currently being seized from every suburban driveway in America. The upcoming machine is a chrome-coated monster that guys buy when they realize their youth is fading. Number 3. The Harley-Davidson Street Glide. The Street Glide is the undisputed king of debt. In the world of high-interest recreational lending, this bike represents financial suicide. Dealerships have spent years luring riders into 96-month loans with zero down, resulting in monthly payments that rival a small mortgage. When the economy dips, or when the owner realizes they are massively underwater on a depreciating asset, this toy is the first thing to go back to the bank. Dealer prices for a 2026 used model still hover around $26,000. However, in the cold, hard reality of the repo lanes, these machines hammer down for $14,000. Banks are desperate to clear these from their ledgers because they take up massive floor space and represent a bureaucratic nightmare. Condition varies wildly. You must inspect the primary case for leaks and the wheels for pothole damage. Because these bikes weigh over 800 pounds, hitting a single Michigan-sized pothole can bend the cast aluminum rims instantly. Most repoed street glides have been Stage 1 tuned incorrectly. Owners slap on aftermarket pipes and high-flow air intakes without remapping the ECU, causing the engine to run lean and dangerously hot. The Milwaukee 8 engine is an engineering masterpiece, but it is not invincible. The known issues in the 2024-26 models are hydraulic lifter failure and plastic intake manifold warpage. If those seals fail, the oil pressure drops and the engine will cannibalize its own internal bearings in a matter of miles. You must check the oil levels and look for metallic flakes in the primary fluid before you sign that auction check. Find these through local credit unions. Big national banks often ship their repos to massive auction houses, but local credit unions often sell them directly to the public to recoup their losses fast. Your total cost is roughly $16,000 after a full fluid service, a professional dyno tune to fix the lean mapping, and minor cosmetic repairs. This is perfect for the rider who wants the iconic American touring experience and the legendary Batwing fairing without the $30,000 price tag. You get the status of a Harley with the smart financial sense of a repo hunter. But if you think the Street Glide is a deal, wait until you see the machine at number 2. It is a bike that banks are practically giving away because they are terrified of its power and the astronomical insurance claims attached to it. Number 2, the Kawasaki Ninja ZX-10R. The ZX-10R is the ultimate insurance mistake. Imagine the scene. A 22-year-old rider walks into a dealership, falls in love with the lime green paint, and signs a high-interest loan without calling an insurance agent first. 2 weeks later, the first bill arrives, $400 a month, just for the privilege of not getting arrested. Hey, they cannot afford to ride it. They cannot afford to sell it for a loss. So they hide it in a shed until the bank tracks the GPS signal and the repo man arrives at midnight. Private market value is $18,000. Repo price is $8,500. Banks practically give these away because the buyer pool is minuscule. Most people simply cannot justify the cost of ownership, making it a dead asset for the lender. Condition is usually mint. We are talking under 2,000 miles. The tires still have the rubber whiskers on them. However, you must inspect the fuel system from top to bottom. When a high-compression, track-focused engine sits for a year, the fuel injectors become clogged with dried varnish. You'll spend your first Saturday scrubbing the fuel rail and potentially replacing the fuel pump because the ethanol ate the internal seals while the bike sat rotting. Yes, it is a championship-winning superbike with 200 horsepower and a 6-axis IMU. But you must respect the technology. The known issue is the electronic Öhlins steering damper. These units rely on a delicate solenoid to adjust damping based on speed. If it fails, the dashboard will throw a code, and you are one mid-corner bump away from a violent tank slapper that will rip the clip-ons out of your hands at triple-digit speeds. Inspect the wiring harness for any signs of fraying or heat damage. Find these on Crash Toys. While the name sounds scary, they handle the bulk of clean title repossessions for major lenders like Kawasaki Motors Finance. Total cost is $9,500 after a fuel system refresh, a new lithium battery, and fresh fluids. This is perfect for the experienced track rider who wants world-class power for under 10 grand. You are getting a machine that can keep up with a Ducati for 1/3 the price. But what is the #1 bike? The machine that banks are repossessing at a rate that is crashing the used market? It is a bike that defines the phrase, bad financial decision, and there are currently thousands of them sitting in repo lots across the country waiting for a new owner to pick up the pieces. This machine hides a massive mechanical secret that most dealers hope you never find out. #1, the Harley-Davidson Iron 883. The Iron 883 is the absolute repo queen. It was the entry-level Harley that every dealer used to lure in new buyers on predatory loans. Dealerships would practically drag people off the street to sign 96-month notes on a bike that barely cost 5 figures. In 2026, these are flooding the market because they are starter bikes that people outgrow in 2 months or realize they cannot afford the 18% interest rate. Private sellers still think these are vintage collectibles and ask $9,000. Repo price is $2,000. The banks just want them off their balance sheets and out of the storage lots. The supply is so massive that the auction floor price has cratered. Expect these to be in rough shape. These bikes were the primary victims of first-time owner syndrome. They were often left outside in the rain without a cover for months while the owner ignored the bank's phone calls. You must inspect the rocker box gaskets. They are famous for leaking oil directly onto the hot exhaust. If neglected, you will have a genuine fire hazard on your hands. Furthermore, check the Evolution engine's cooling fins for salt corrosion and the drive belt for cracks. Beginners never adjust the primary chain, so listen for a bike that sounds like a blender full of marbles. But is this ancient air-cooled engine actually worth your time? Or is it just a slow, vibrating boat anchor? Yes, it is the perfect platform for a custom build. The engine is simple, the parts are everywhere, and the community is massive. You can swap the factory pistons for a 1275 big bore kit in a single weekend and suddenly have a bike that embarrasses much larger cruisers at a stoplight. However, you must inspect the grenade plate inside the clutch. If those brass rivets shatter, and they will chew through your internal gears like a mechanical wood chipper. Replacing it with an aftermarket extra plate kit is the first thing a smart repo buyer does. You can find these at every auction house in America, from Copart to local police impound lots. Total cost is $2,500 after auction fees, a fresh set of gaskets, and a heavy-duty battery. This is perfect for the custom builder or the new rider who wants a real Harley for the price of a mountain bike. You get a raw V-twin experience and a metal fendered machine without the $30,000 debt. Click on the next video to continue the ride. Like this video, and don't you forget to subscribe.